What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of that boy, ETV. You already know, man, we are back on Marvel Rivals, and we got a lot of stuff, a lot of news recently from the devs, and I just want to go over a couple things, man. So the first thing I want to talk about, right, is going to be the reduction in the amount of team members you can have depending on the level of comp you are. If I'm not mistaken, the most strict is going to be from Diamond up, where it limits you to only having 3 people at most on your team. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how that is. Now, is this a good thing for the game? I truly believe that this is a good thing for the game. I do believe that, allowing someone to 6-stack their way, like if there's a group of friends that all of them play together, they're able to play together all the time, and they're 6-stacking all the time every day. Not everyone has that ability, and if you're a part of a team where people are 6-stacking the entire time, there is a good chance that, one of the people on the team isn't truly as good as where the team rank is at, where, because their flaws are already known by their teammates and are already being addressed and picked up on. So I do see the argument where people are like, hey, we need to break up these teams because people are getting boosted or carried through the ranks playing with good players. Like, let's just say you just happen to have a friend that's a good player in the game, and you 6-stack with them all day. Like, let's say you have 4 or 5 friends that do this. Again, you'll climb through the ranks a lot easier and a lot faster than most people would. But with the limit on the amount of people you can have on your team now, depending on what rank you are, this is now going to force each player to be more individually skilled, because now you won't have as much control over the team as a whole. So when you have a full 6-stack, you know what's going on, you know what each person is doing, and you're already aware of, and you're already putting people in roles that you know that they'll be best suited for. Now, with the reduction down to 3, that's only half the team. So with that being said, you now have to truly adjust to the team that, your teammates, your random teammates. You're not able to just control how the team functions. So now you have to be more adjustable on the fly, and you can't just do premeditated roles anymore. So you might also have to each learn more roles than before, even though you should already know how to play multiple roles at this point. The game's been out long enough to where you should know how to play all 3 roles. But that's besides the point. So I do think that it is a healthy thing for the game to go ahead and limit the amount of players per stack, especially in the higher ranks. This way, you don't just have a group of Celestials just getting together and just ransacking and running through. Now you actually have to be individually better. And I do think that it'll be beneficial, especially for those up in the higher ranks. I think y'all will see that a lot more now that you don't have to worry about running up against 6-stacks when you're up there, because that would suck too. It'd be suck if you're a solo player, or even if you're like a duo, you and your buddy get on. That would suck having to be up in these high ranks and constantly running into 6-stack teams every time you're playing. But now you don't have to worry about that. Now at most, the other team will only have 3 people on the same team together. So we'll see how that works out. But I am going to say this. I feel bad for the friends that are going to get dropped because you can only have a certain amount of people, man. Hey, I already feel y'all's pain. I know how it goes. Hey, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Now, the other thing that I wish that we had, and I think that they plan on doing here, is we need stricter penalties for leaving the game. It's too often that I hop on, I play comp, and I have someone in my game leaving the game or disconnecting from the game. Like, I don't get it at this point. Like, what are we doing? Are you just on us? Is this because there's so many Smurf accounts that people are just quitting games left and right on their Smurfs? And if this is the case, why don't we have stricter penalties to discourage people from leaving the game in the first place? Right? And even when you leave games, like I talked about this in the last video where I talked about the penalty system, where if you're playing something like quick play, you should be able to leave the game whenever you want. Okay, it's public matches, and you could just throw somebody in at any point in the game after the person quits, right? It's public matches. You should be able to leave that whenever. But for some reason, you get a penalty for this. It's weird. But if you get a penalty on public matches, it then forces you to play comp. It'll allow you to play comp, but won't allow you to play public matches, which doesn't make sense to me. And the penalty should only be when you're playing comp. Like, if you're in a comp game, you should not be able to just leave that game. And if you do just leave that game, the first punishment in itself should be a good chunk of time, I feel like 15, maybe 20 minutes. Because that, you'll feel that. If the timer is only on like 5 minutes, 10 minutes or something like that, you're not really going to feel that. But if it's damn near half an hour, you're going to feel that. And you're not going to want to just back out of the game anymore because of the fact that you fear not being able to play at all. Even though from the logic of this game, if you get banned from playing public, you can just go play comp all of a sudden, which is, it doesn't make sense to me, again, since comp being, more important. But again, that's how the devs want to do things. So hopefully we do see a much stricter penalties and a much stricter thing for people leaving the game. And maybe this is also just a byproduct of the smurfing problem, where you just have a lot of smurf profiles, so people are just throwing games and leaving out of games and not really caring. So maybe that's what that is, but we have to see how they address this stuff moving forward. Now, the main thing that I want to talk about is we're finally supposed to be getting the devs talking to us about EOMM in the game, right? Now, they want to claim that there is no EOMM in the game. Well, don't y'all find it funny that every single player on this game has the same type of experience in the game, where you know for a fact that if you go on a win streak, that a losing streak is right around the corner, and it's basically going to even you out at 500 for your overall record all the time? Is it weird that I'll give even my own personal experience, right? If I get on today and I win all my games today, I know that if I get on tomorrow, I'm going to lose all my games. They're going to put me in none but losing games, no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do. Now, why is it that I have a homeboy who made it to Celestial? He's a Celestial player, and he continues to grind every season. And even with him, he still notices up there where every time he's playing somebody and he goes ahead and checks out their record, they're always sub 500. And this is even when it comes to higher ranked people. Like, that's a little crazy. It doesn't make sense that they want to deny EOMM when it's clearly in the game. Now, again, they are supposed to put out a video here soon addressing this. Now, it's funny because this was actually asked to one of the devs straight up, and he didn't want to answer it then, and you can tell that. So he released then and said, hey, in a couple weeks or in a week or so, we're going to release a video addressing EOMM. Now, my predictions for this, they're going to come up with some type of presentation to basically say that we don't have engagement optimized matchmaking at all, even though we've already seen interviews with the devs explaining that they do have EOMM in the game. It's just so weird. Like, why are you denying the fact that this is in the game? And you're denying it because you know that it's the reason why a lot of players aren't staying, why a lot of players have stopped grinding or stopped spending so much time on the game due to EOMM. It's funny. It's called engagement optimized matchmaking, but in reality, it makes you not want to play. It's the complete opposite of what it's called. Because why would I want to play a game or a ranked game system where my wins and losses are basically predetermined? Why do I see high-ranked players go down, create a smurf, and go down into silver to see what it's like, and no matter what they do, they can't win? Is it because the game is making it so they want to make sure that, hey, we want to keep them at 500. We want to make sure that they're not losing too much, but we can't let them win too much either. Even though winning is what keeps people on the game. If people are winning, they want to play more. But it feels like your wins and losses, especially in comp, are unnatural. We already know that you put bots in quick play to help with your EOM system. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, that's how we know you put bots in quick play to let people get wins, to keep them on the game, to make them think they're good. We've seen footage of watching characters that are doing nothing, walking into walls. It's crazy. So I'm cannot wait for them to come out with this video and see what excuse or what reason or what presentation they throw together just in order to throw us off and claim that they don't have EOMM, even though we all know that they do. But let me know, man, how do y'all feel down about a couple of these things, man? How do y'all feel about the reduction of teams in comp queues? How do y'all feel about more stricter penalties for people leaving the game? And finally, are y'all waiting just like me to hear what the devs have to say about EOMM? And how do y'all feel about it? And what do y'all think it's clearly in the game? Let me know down in them comments, and let's get a conversation started, man. But until then, I'm going to leave y'all off with the rest of this gameplay here in the background, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at that boy ETV. Now, catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
That's crazy. Yeah, we did. We showed up for really no reason at all.
And then actually she went to the mental day and she was just not feeling it. And I get it, but you off Monday, love. You off Monday.
Oh, that's
Yes. Right, like you off.
For real.
Go to. Oh, we won't. No, you're in him as the user. So go to
Go on one.
log in regular.
This one bought me. I'm took